Welcome back to Solynod Hex, everyone. Today we are holding session number 470, and today's session is sponsored by our generous patrons and donors. Thank you very much, patrons and donors, for your generous pledges and donations. We wouldn't have dynamic lighting and spiffy tokens without you. Uh-oh, was that my mic? That was my mic. My mic is finally going out. Holy moly. Can you guys hear me?
Yeah, I can still hear you.
Okay. That was weird. Okay, nope, that wasn't my mic. That was someone else's. Alright. Alright, so yeah. Today's session is sponsored by our generous patrons and donors. And let's see, players this time, if you haven't already done so, go ahead and add 470 points to your player character for showing up on time. Thank you very much for showing up on time. And when last we left the Order of the Superior Star, they were in the wilderness of Central Adria, heading east into coastal Adria, aka Eastern Adria, towards Shidehai, the capital, the current capital of Adria, that is. And they were just about to leave the temperate desert. Let's see, we got world maps, there it is. Alright. So, Adria Central. That, and open up the tracker. So it was, what was it, the middle of encounter?
I think we had like 1 or 2 left.
Yeah.
Oh,
okay.
yeah, there was one spider, wasn't there?
Right. Okay.
I think
So we.
I think there's 2.
Yep.
One was barely hanging on.
All right. So we have encounter maps, temperate, desert, and I remember we were on the cliffs. That's right. Okay. I think we were between rounds. Okay. Yep, there's a storm. And we need Adrian combat music. I really like this track. It's like a Malaysian track, I think. Or Malaysian instruments. They have like a some kind of steel drum thing. It's almost like a big bell. So that's what makes that kind of steel drum / ringing.
It's a good one.
Yeah, I forget what it's called. It's a really interesting looking instrument. Okay, so we have, looks like we're in initiative phase because we reached the end of round, and then I gave you guys experience for. Okay, these guys are just hanging on right here. The ones that are in the fireball, I gave you experience for. Looks like one goblin spider and like probably all of these spiders back here. Yeah, okay. Oh, except this one giant spider is hanging on. He wasn't inside the fireball. So it looks like, yeah, there's three goblin spiders still alive and a giant spider. And we're in initiative phase. And so the cool thing about, of course, cool thing about random encounters is they are random. So you can end up accruing treasure and stuff, magical items and whatnot, just from random encounters.
Yeah, I do remember these goblin spiders have stuff sometimes.
Yeah. And looks like Kenzie is casting. And does anyone need multiples?
True.
Okay, Ashriel. There's one for Ashriel. Probably two for Varen, right?
Yes, please.
Okay, there's two for Varen. And Anatar is invisible.
Yeah, I haven't seen him. 1 second.
He's
Yes.
right here.
Let me zoom out. Okay, thank you.
Yep. And Lao Tzu was casting. Oh, yeah, that's right. He was casting Strength of Stone.
Yeah, please have a second for Caranglor when you get a chance.
Yes. Let's see. Where is Caranglor? Carangler. There, let's see. I see his thing on the tracker. Okay, I see him now. He's way up there by the spiders. Alright. Alright, there it is.
Thank you.
And let's see. I think that'll be it for Lao Tzu, so he's gonna use his staff. So initiative. Actually, I think I'm gonna have him charge too. So quarterstaff. Submit. Submit and charge. And actually, he's so far away, I think I'm actually just gonna have him jog. Yeah. Okay, is anyone still rolling? All right. I'm going to sort the tracker. So we've got Shandrak, use a staff to enlarge Ashriel. There's 43 rounds left on that. Lao Tzu's Strength of Stone. And I don't think I raised his strength yet. Did I raise his strength? Let's see. Yes, I most definitely did. All right. And Anatar cast Improved Invisibility on himself for 11 rounds left. Moan is psyching himself up. 9 rounds left on that. Time now is 7:03 p.m. on October the 21st. That would be like right when you guys are about to set up a camp. It's like the end of your travel, but you're still traveling. First up is Karenglor.
Okay. I'll step up and take a swing at this one.
The one on top?
Yep.
Okay. It will turn to face.
And he'll be blade singing.
Alright. The monster is shieldless. -6 beats AC 4. And they are large. So you do 16 damage to it. Killing it. Go and describe how you do so.
Just that, like, soft abdomen. His sword goes like crunch, like right in.
Mmm. Yummy. Ryer.
Ryer.
Watch out for the spell effect right here.
Yeah. He is just going to take his full move. Not quite get to anywhere, but a little closer. And he'll wait from there.
Okay. Varen.
Is going to fly, so he'll. So, zoom out.
Can't fly in the storm.
Oh, I forgot about the storm.
Yeah,
Thank
I'll
you for
turn
reminding me.
I'll turn some storm sounds on so you can hear it.
Well, then he probably isn't gonna get there. Okay, that's 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Alright, he'll just stop there.
Okay. And actually, I think I'm gonna... Oh, I can't turn on... Let's see. Can I do it now? No? Weird. Asher.
So now that you reminded me there's a storm, I realize that I've been shooting bows with Asher and Bombos, and they probably can't be doing that in this storm either, right?
Yeah. Arrows won't fly straight.
We'll wait until the end of the round.
And unfortunately, second edition doesn't have that table that first edition does. That shows how wind affects, like missile attacks. I kind of had to just cut out missile attacks altogether for certain wind speeds. Okay.
We'll wait till the end of the round then.
Alright, the Goblin Spider. This one is going to try to bite Karenglor. Wait. They have 2 attacks.
Anglor has Stone Skin cast by a level 10 caster.
Yeah. Weird. They have 2 attacks, but it doesn't say what it is. Alright, so let's see. Let's see if his stone skin is still there. So this is the first time he's gotten attacked, right?
Yeah, he just closed at the end of the last round, I think.
Okay. You said a level 12 caster?
And
10 caster. Alright, so the goblin spider attacks him twice, and lo and behold, 2 charges of stone skin shatter underneath the attacks, and I need to... There we go. Okay. Shandrak.
Shandrak, seeing some more allies than Brian Druid have closed on in, will launch a fireball at the most distant spider that's all by himself. From my staff, blowing that giant spider away.
Okay, fireball takes 1 charge from the staff.
Yep, that's right.
So... Alright, here's another fireball for you to move. Oh, you already placed it?
Yeah.
Okay, so you placed it behind this, on top of this giant spider.
Yep.
Back here. Alright, and okay, 37. Nice. No matter what, it dies.
Alright.
Even if it saves, so I won't even bother rolling the save. Come on. Oh, that's the rain. Okay. I forgot the rain's on the map layer because they don't have over map layer or whatever weather layer yet. All right. And then Shandrak gets 75 points per class for Fireball. Because wizards get 50 points per spell level, and it's a level 3 spell, so that's 150. But he's multi-classed with 2 classes, so that's cut in half at 75 per class. Or split in half, not cut in half. Okay, Ashriel.
Asheville enlarged with Nodachi and Flaming Greatsword in hands. Moves up south of Brian Druid and will attack the southernmost Goblin Spider.
All right. And they are shieldless 2 versus AC 4 hits by 2. You cause 23 damage to that one. Killing it. Go and describe how you do so.
He moves up. He's not used to moving on the ground. He more likes flying, but with the wind, he has to be down on the ground. And he comes up and he's kind of angry because he had to walk all this way. And he especially viciously sliced down on him.
Yeah.
And he'll take another step up and use the great sword on the next one.
All right, and this one will turn to face.
I have to wash my feet
Without-
after this.
I think you got some mud on your hand.
And these are normal, not regenerating, cold using, or undead.
Correct. They are normal in that regard. As normal as a spider with 12 human eyes can be.
Yeah.
Like we've never seen that.
You hit exactly 4 versus AC 4, causing 19 damage. Ending the encounter. Go ahead and describe how you do so.
This one, he just sweeps the great sword right underneath, cutting out its legs.
Very nice. And they are singed off. And the creature just kind of bleeds out onto this pile of fireball ash. And I owe you experience for 3 more goblin spiders and 1 giant spider. Goblin spiders. These are full 9 hit die goblin spiders, so they are worth 3,000 each. So 3 goblin. Whoops. Goblin spider. 3,000. 3 player characters, and find group experience, group XP. So there's 10 NPCs who earn XP. Number of creatures defeated was all 3 of them. Hit dice per creature is 9. Warriors and bards is 7. And 1 giant spider. Giant spiders aren't worth as much. Even though they are probably deadlier, they just have way fewer hit dice. So these were full 4+4 hit die giant spiders. Giant spiders, there's 2 different kinds. There's 3+3 hit dice and 4+4 hit dice. So because it's +4, they count as 5 hit dice creatures, because every +3 to their hit points counts as another hit die. So there's one giant spider, and the 4+4 hit die giant spider is worth 650 points. 650. 3-player characters and 10 NPCs. Number of creatures defeated was 1. Hit dice per creature, so technically it's 5 because it's 4+4. Number of warriors and bards in the party was 7. Kind of a pittance on that one spider. Not a very risky encounter anyways, so I think there's a lot of people that are immune to poison, and then also you've got the ability to nuke things from orbit. So a pittance on XP is to be expected. That's kind of an encounter that you would find challenging at like level 5 or 6. And you guys are like 10 to 16, I think. Is Asher 16 or 15?
19.
19. Very nice. Okay. So today is yeah, that's right. So next up is Tenzi and Company.
Atriel and Zalman will make their way back towards the camp, and as will Tenzi over to the tent to get ready for doing the nap. And that will be it for us.
Okay. Lao Tzu says, I wonder if their lair is nearby. Could we find treasure? Of course, it would be hard to track them in the rain. And that is the end of the round. 'Cause these are all multiple attacks. And time now is 7:04 p.m. And first up is Asher and Company.
So the people who were supposed to be doing the nap are going to head back to the tent for that. And Asher, yeah, she'll say, yeah, we have fought some of these things before and found treasure on them. But yeah, and she kind of puts a hand over, like at her forehead to shield her eyes from the rain. Like it's gonna be hard to find them for sure. And she'll just kind of look. She'll move from the direction from whence they came. Well, they came from this way. And I think you said she might have to make some. I'll put her back. You said she might have to make some climb checks as she goes up the little.
Yeah. If you're gonna go, east. It'll take 1 climb check per 10 feet as you go up the hill. So.
Okay. Yeah. So she'll go east and she'll make the appropriate number of climb checks.
And of course, it's climbing, so your movement is cut in half as you head east. Each square of movement eastward. And of course, you're out of combat, so that it is 12. So that's going to be 6 climb checks. And conditions are wet, so it's going to be very difficult. Thief skills. Climb walls. I'm going to give it So it's going to be sloped inward, I think is how you do that. Sloped inward category. You're wearing leather or none, and conditions are slightly slippery because of the wetness, and you're not using any climbing tools, yeah?
Correct.
So there's your first check. It was a success. And sloped inward, leather or none, slightly slippery, no modifier. Second was a success. Sloped inward, leather or none, slightly slippery, no modifier. Third success. Sloped inward, leather or none, slightly slippery, no mod. 4 successes. Sloped inward, leather or none, slightly slippery, no mod. 5 successes. Sloped inward, leather or none, slightly slippery, no mod. So after 6 climbing successes, you make it 12 squares eastward, and that actually takes up all of your out of combat movement. Anything else for your company?
Yeah, I will go ahead and move the people who are supposed to be in the nap back to the tents, but I don't need to roleplay that. It should be fine.
Okay. Shandrak and company.
Yeah, Shandrak wants to go check out what's going on. And he's gonna kind of skirt under the hillside. He's gonna ask Erdrin to join him. And I want to try to look at this petrified tree, because it seemed like the spiders were coming from, if not this direction, maybe this tree. Am I able to see anything in it?
No, but in the distance, as you're looking at the tree, you can see kind of a hole over here in the cliffside.
Oh. Alright,
And it looks like that. Just kind of a deep dark hole. Not a dry bare sandy hole, but a shitty, crappy, dirty hole.
Alright, Chandrak's gonna call back towards Ryer and after the other people. Say, I may have found the lair. Looks like there's a hole over this way. I'm checking it out.
Nice find.
And I'm gonna try to continue around the north.
As you approach, you can see that part of it is like up the wall, and the other part of it is sort of like on the flat surface below. So it's kind of going diagonally down inward into the hillside. So it's a little larger than it appeared from a distance. Anything else for Shandrak and company?
Yeah, I think he's just squaring it up to begin climbing next round.
All right. Tenzi and company.
Tenzi yells out, "Be careful out there!" And otherwise, we are preparing for the nap.
Okay. Lao Tzu is gonna come running, and he is pretty fleet-footed for a man. And that's the end of the round. And we got spells and time. First up is Asher and Company.
Asher is kind of seeing the direction that Chandrag is indicating. Is going to start going a bit north from where she is. Six squares remaining. She'll make another climb check here if she may.
All right.
Half of the remaining movement is there.
Okay, so sloped inward, leather or none, wet, slightly slippery conditions, and no miscellaneous modifier. Yep, successful.
Okay. That'll be good for now.
Okay. Tenzi and Company.
We're just going to hold here by the campsite.
All right, and then Chandrak and Company.
Forgot to move Lamoan last time, so he's catching up. And then, so you indicated it was kind of in the north. Where does it look like the hole is from where Chandrak is now? Oh, okay.
Roger.
There we go. Oh wait, so from where I am right now, can I continue walking or do I have to make climb checks?
Yeah, you have to make climb checks.
Okay, then yeah. So Chandrak's people will remain at the base of the hill. And let's see. Looks like 10 squares gets me next to the hole. Out of 24.
So 10 squares would cost you 20 movement. So is that, did you have 20 movement left?
Yeah, I started, yeah.
And let's see, climb walls. So sloped inward, and you don't wear armor, right?
I do not.
Okay, so none, and slightly slippery, and you're not using climbing tools, right?
No.
Okay. Okay, that's one success. So you need 5 successes. Alright, sloped inward. Leather or none. Slightly slippery, no mod. There's 2 successes. Sloped inward. No armor. Slightly slippery. No mod. There's 3 out of 5 successes. Sloped inward. No armor. Slippery. No mod. There's 4. Sloped inward. No armor. Slightly slippery and no mod. Okay, 5 successes. Now you're able to see down into the hole. And in the back, so it's a burrow, you know, about 15 feet deep or so. And looks like it's hollowed out down at the bottom, like a chamber. And you can see sparklies.
Nice. So I have 4 squares of movement. Can I reach and grab them, or do I have to enter the hole?
If you have 4 squares of movement, yeah, you can actually get down into the burrow, and you can see that there are some peculiar-looking stones that they range from pink to crimson along their length, and they're not ordinary stones. They're kind of like elongated, and let's see.
They're not like the other stuff.
Yes. And then also you can see that there is some silver and platinum, and
Oh.
There are 3. Oh, okay. 3 sets of crampons that are bejeweled with turquoise, and there are carvings on them depicting the changing of seasons.
Nice.
So crampons are climbing tools that go over your shoes. They have spikes on them, so it's to assist in climbing icy surfaces and also trees. You can climb trees with them. Really, any surface. However, if you keep them on, like walking on stone or whatever, they'll make noise, and they'll make it pretty much impossible to move silently. If you're on a hard surface. If you're on a sandy surface or muddy, it won't matter. Won't matter. Anything else for Shandrak and Company?
If I can, I'll start counting the platinum.
Sure, yeah. So you count 100 platinum. And there's more.
And Chandrak will try to just call out, "Woo, Asher, get over here! We got lots of goodies."
On the way.
And Lao Tzu comes a running. And he makes it to about here. Oh, did you find the lair?
Looks like it.
Excellent.
Voice echoing out from the hole.
Yeah. End of round. Time now is 7:06 p.m. And first up is Asher and Company.
Sure, we'll head. Oh, sorry. Yeah. 8 squares east.
8 squares.
she makes all those climb checks, that should leave her another 8 squares to go north.
So sloped inward, leather or none, slightly slippery, no mod. Okay, success. Slippery, no mod. Sloped inward, no armor. Slippery, no mod. Sloped inward. Leather, none. Slippery, no mod. Okay. Asher, you get 1,800 points for climb checks.
Oh.
And then, Shandrak, you made 5, so that's 1,000 points.
Nice.
Okay, anything else for Asher and company?
Nope, that's as far as she'll get.
Alright, Tenzi and company.
We're continuing to guard the camp.
Alright, Shandrak.
Yeah, he's just giddy planet counting platinum.
Alright, 200 platinum and counting. And the avatar of Lao Tzu. Is going to come right up to the edge of where it starts getting crappy. And I guess he'll just kind of wait there. End of round. First up is Asher and company.
Asher will walk up next to Tenzi. Oh, sorry, next to Shandrak.
Shandrak is actually down inside this hole.
Okay, so 6 will get her to the top of the hole, and then she'll kind of scrabble down next to him.
All right, and you can
There you
see.
go. Lots of good zinc in this hole.
Ooh, nice find. And then she is going to try to appraise the crampons first.
Okay. And it's 3 pairs of identical crampons, so it only takes 1 check. And you can see that they're worth 120 gold because of the attached turquoise and the carvings. Or etchings, sorry. There's etchings in the iron. Anything else for Asher and company?
She'll pass that on to Shandrak, and that'll be good for now.
Good. More work for Tinara.
Yeah. Tenzi and company.
Tenzi's gonna look around to see if everyone's here for the nap or not. So it looks like everyone is here. No, we don't normally start till 8. Okay. So he's just gonna guard the camp.
All right. Shandrak and company.
Shandrak can't praise, so he's just counting the platinum.
So that's 300 platinum so far and counting. Okay, end of round. Time now 7:08, and it's Asher and company.
Asher is going to try to appraise the stones.
All right. You can see that they are four identical stones that range from pink to crimson along their length. And you can see quite obviously that they are coral, valuable coral. They're worth 100 gold each.
Oh. And she will pass it on.
Okay.
Alright.
You might be asking, how did a spider in the desert get coral? It's a long story.
Seriously. That traveler came a long way.
We're getting near the coast. I can. This is proof.
Yeah, exactly.
Tenzi and Company.
Alright.
Continue to guard the camp.
And Shandrak and Company.
Calvin Platinum.
So now we're at 400 platinum and counting. And Lao Tzu is just kind of standing there looking all giddy. And time now is 7:09. Next up is Asher and Company.
Asher will help Shandrak count the platinum, and if no one else wants to do anything, I'm fine fast forwarding to the end of that.
All right, so you find a total. Since I didn't hear any objections, you find a total of 600 platinum.
Nice.
And nobody said they wanted to count the silver, so I'm assuming you just leave the silver behind.
Actually, I actually would like to take maybe depending on how much it is. I want to just take some of the silver, so I would like to count
I'll
it.
count.
For how long?
How
How long are you willing to chill there and count?
I mean, how about I don't know, up until if there's 1,000 worth, 1,000 silver. If there's less, we'll stop. If there's more, we'll stop at 1,000.
And how about Asher?
It's fine.
Well, you're in luck because there's exactly 2,000 silver in the pile. So it takes about 10 minutes of counting. And yeah, you find total of 2,000 silver, 6,000 platinum, and the 4 pieces of coral, and 3 sets of, bedazzled crampons. And I don't think this is the first time you've found art pieces that were crampons. I think you recently
We
found.
did before.
Yeah. Okay, so that'll end the encounter, and I think, let's see. It's October the 21st, okay. Find October. Find October. Nope. First. Older. Find October.
If nobody objects, Sanitar will buy the extra coral so that we can divide evenly.
Sounds good.
All right, so the storm persists for the rest of the night. And there are no encounters. So we'll move on to October the 22nd. So back to world maps. Address. What's up?
So, sorry. So before Shandrak naps and does new spells,
Mm-hmm.
he is going to he had some proofing versus combustions memorized,
Yeah.
and he wanted to proof some of his magic items. So he's going to proof his red velvet longsword,
Mm-hmm.
his girdle of giant strength, his staff of the magi, and his wand of polymorphing.
And that, as far as I recall, is like a permanent spell.
Mm-hmm.
Could you roll
Yeah,
the
so I'll make
template?
notes on my
Yeah, could you
character
roll the
sheet.
template for me? I think there's a template for that.
Let's see. Yep.
Alright, the renowned fire wizard Dalton developed this spell some years ago to protect important items or structures against the various incendiary spells with which he was familiar. Proofing renders an inanimate object nearly impervious to fire, granting the affected item a +3 bonus to saving throws versus magical fire, including a dragon's breath, and a +6 bonus to saving throws versus normal fire. This is cumulative with the saving throw bonuses to magical items. So a cloak of protection +4 could have a bonus of +7 to +10 on any item saving throws versus combustion effects. Wow. Remember that an item fails its saving throw on a natural roll of 1, regardless of any bonuses. The item affected must be one discrete construction or object, although it can be articulated or composed of several parts. For example, a suit of armor, a catapult, a house, or a carriage. At 9th level, the wizard can proof an article of clothing or a small piece of furniture. At 12th level, a small vehicle or large piece of furniture. At 15th level, a small building or large vehicle. At 18th level, a medium building or a very large vehicle. And at 20th level or higher, a large building or small fortification. The character dressed in a completely proofed article of clothing, a large cloak, etc., gains a +2 bonus to saving throws versus fire. Very nice. Yeah, so just next to your staff of the Magi, just annotate that it is proof versus combustion, and your other articles that you
Yeah.
proofed, and then that is a level 5 wizard spell.
Mm-hmm.
So that's 253. You cast 3 times?
4 times.
4 times. That's 1,000 points. Wait, no. Yeah. 250 times 4. 1,000 points divided by 2 because of your 2 classes. So that's 500 points per class. And now we are back to Central Adria. And I believe I did move your token for the day. Your movement was cut by 1/3 because of the storm.
You guys want me to put those crampons on my mule?
Oh yeah, sure. Yeah.
Ooh.
Okay. So now Oh, I forgot to delete your tokens and all that. Temperate encounters. Temperate desert. There we go. Delete the rain and the itsy bitsy spider went up the water spout. Let's see. Take everything off of GM layer and these dead spiders off the map. Address Central. All right, so the morning of the 22nd arrives. Weird. Random encounters, special, Oriental Adventures, Temperate, Desert, October, 22nd, 11:85. It's fall. All right, so today there are strong winds. And then uh-oh. It's right. So funny thing about Scrub is it has the same encounters as planes, but the terrain cost is different because it's not as wide open as the planes. There we go. All right, let's try that again. October 22nd, 11:85. And are you guys headed due east still?
I think so, guys.
Yeah, do you want to go to Scrubs, or do you want to go like southwest and keep going on the plains?
Southwest would be back this
yeah,
way.
Or southeast, I mean.
So you're not on the plain right now, you're in the desert, rocky desert.
Yeah. I mean the train we're on. Do you want to try the Scrub, or do you want to keep out the desert?
The scrub is takes longer, right?
Let's see, terrain cost for, let's see, Dungeon Master Guide, tables, find terrain, cost for overland movement. So let's see, Rocky Desert is, the cost is 2. And for Scrub, the cost is 2. So it's the same. It's just you'd be
Okay.
in a
And
different terrain.
Then maybe we
And
should
Okay.
try it, just because maybe we'll get that storm.
Sounds good.
and then I'm not sure if encounters are more or less frequent in Scrub than Desert. So I mean, you'd have to try. You guys never actually
We'll
been
find
in the
out.
Scrub before, so. So
Adventure!
what's the plan?
I'm good to continue due east then.
Due east? Anyone object? Alright, so it looks like you'll reach the edge of the desert in 18 miles. And as I recall, the slowest entity in the party was a mounted heavy warhorse. Heavy warhorses travel at a rate of 15. And a force-marched heavy warhorse would travel at 22. A force-marched mounted heavy warhorse, that is. And it was 18 miles to the end of the desert, yeah. So, desert, rocky, and then you'll be going into Scrub. Alright, you're able to get 22 miles through the strong winds of the desert and the light breeze. So it's still strong winds and rainy in the desert, so the storm kind of died down a little bit, but it's still raining. So let's see, for those 18 miles, that, well, 18 miles would cost. Wait, I don't think there's, let's see, modifiers. Yeah, I'm gonna, because mud persists for a couple of days. I think it was rain torrential. So it looks like heavy rain and mud give the same penalty of ×2. So let's see, 22 miles cut in half would be 11. So you don't quite make it out of desert today. You make it 11 miles, and there's some difficulty because of the mud and the persistent rain. Even though it's not a storm, so it wasn't like, you know, it didn't cut your movement rate in by a third. It just cut it in half. And there are no encounters for the entire day of October the 22nd on into the morning of the 23rd. So now,
So that night, Jandrak would have invited Ryer over, and he would have trooped Ryer's javelin, his horn of blasting, and both of Ryer's spellbooks.
okay. So that is 500 points per class. And then be sure to annotate those spell books and magic items that they've been proofed versus combustion. And on the day of the 23rd, special Oriental Adventures, Temperate, Desert, October 23rd, 11:85. It is fall. There is a gale with no precipitation in the desert, and the mud would persist again for today. So the last 7 miles essentially cost you 14. But you are able to get into the scrub. So October 23rd, 11:85 fall. And let's see, so 14. So that is over half the day spent getting out of the desert. Once you get onto the scrub, the wind is becalmed and there is also no precipitation. So that's 14 plus 8 miles, 15 miles it is. So you're able to get 15 miles that day. And you're now on the scrub, kind of like on the border with the desert right there. And as the terrain changes, you notice that there's now a grass cover on the ground. It's not very long. The grass isn't, it's not like super stupid healthy. But there are a lot of bushes, and some of them are pretty big. Like some of the bushes get up to 15 to 20 feet, and there's a range of different ones. There's like Scotch broom type bushes and rhododendrons and things like that.
Eleanor pulls up the first one it comes to and just munches as we walk.
Yeah. By now they are pretty leafy and green, so as long as you're not eating poisonous plants, it should be pretty safe to say that the animals are able to graze on plants and bushes from now on. And also, now that you're out of the desert, you're able to find water each day. Even though it was kind of rainy, during the rain you were able to find water for free, but you don't really have to spend the extra create food and water spells anymore to water your horses and find water. You're able to actually find running water like creeks and stuff like that once a day now that you're on the scrub. And there are no encounters all the way through the 23rd.
That night, I would like to have Chandrak prove my Helm of Telepathy, as well as my spellbooks, Mystery of the Wider Worlds, Best of Chandrak, and How to Get Around on the Prime.
Alright. And that's another 500 points per class. Okay. So now we're into October the 24th. Oriental Adventures, Temperate, Scrub. October 24. 11. AE5, Fall. And strong winds pick up, and there is no precipitation. You're able to get 22 miles due east. Are you still headed due east?
Yeah, I think so.
All right.
Hi, Mummy.
So you're right on the borderlands with Eastern Adria.
So sorry, what day did you say this was now?
The 24th.
The 24th. Okay. I would like to do a sending spell to send a message to Musashi.
Okay.
Say it was a 24th.
Yes, the 24th of October. And then go ahead and type your message to Musashi in the chat. 25 words or less, I think, is how sending works, right?
Yep.
So Musashi began his Katana Grand Mastery training on the 23rd of September.
And Chandrak says, Musashi, it's Chandrak. How goes your Grandmaster training? Ready for us to pick you up?
Okay, and Tenzi, if you could please... Wait, no. Let me put you on... Okay. Alright. So, Tenzi, if you could please drop a token for Musashi. So I don't think he's in the order of march right now. And then once you do that, if you could please roll an intelligence check. Okay, so he responds. Let me just make sure that's 25 words less. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. So he says, Shandrak, I have yet been unable to grasp the fundamentals of my training. Check up on me again in a month.
Yeah, Shandrak will relay that news. I'm sure he'll get it soon.
All right. And on October the 24th, there are no encounters. And on into the next day of the 25th. So now... Scrub, October 25th. $11.85. It's fall. All right, so right when you guys strike camp and get mounted up, and the sun is just barely shining. Oh, wait. You come to a part of the scrub that is... looks like it's kind of like a salt flats where grass has grown over it. Like it's recovering desert. And there are lots of hedges and whatnot. Let's see, daylight mode on. Save settings. Okay. So there's a light breeze with precipitation. So there's... Let's see, weather... Got rain. So you guys are traveling along. Like you just left your camp, basically. And, you know, you didn't see it before. And actually... Yeah, you didn't see it before, but you come up to a... Let's see. I need to roll surprise. Surprise. Enemies modifier surprise. The party's going to be +0. Party's modifier surprise the enemy. Probably going to give a bonus of +1 because there's so many of you. I don't think there's 20 entities yet, including mounts. I'll have to count. But I'm giving them +1. So there's no surprise. And encounter distance is... Let's see. Bush.
I
No
think we
surprise.
are over 20, actually.
Okay, yeah, there's no surprise. And about... Um, 14 squares to the east, directly ahead of you, Anatar, you can see a camp. So I'm going to put some... let's see, miscellaneous tokens, camping objects, and tents. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12, 13, 14. So just on the other side of that bush, you can see a tent. Actually, a group of 3 tents. And there is a extinguished fire. Not lighting effects, but light sources. Campfire. And why? Yeah, daylight mode is on 100%. You shouldn't be able to see. Shouldn't be able to see that light. Oh well. All right. And then around the fire, taking down the tents, are 3 people. So I guess that would be looks like a female samurai. Um, Address to work. There we go. It looks like a male samurai, female samurai, and like a. It's kind of hard to tell. Maybe like a thief or something, like a rogue. Female. Let's see. And they're taking down their tents. So there's this one. So the male looks like that. Female looks like female looks like this. Wait, where'd you go? So there's the female samurai, the male samurai, and they look like they're probably Ronin because they're not wearing, oyori or anything like that. They're just wearing regular clothes. And then the third person. There we go. That would be. A woman dressed in like a. Wait, was it? Yeah, it was a woman. So one man and two women. Yeah. And they're taking down their tents, and they see you. They don't. Yeah, actually, we'll say they have mounts. Probably war horses, right? And maybe a mule. So it looks like they have 3 war horses and a pack mule. So 1, 2, 3, and a mule. And they've got the mule kind of centered by the, like standing over the extinguished fire. And they're like packing stuff onto him. Well, onto it. And They're like pulling out their tent stakes right now, and they see you. And the male Ronin starts walking towards you guys, kind of like with his hand on his left hand. So you know how samurai usually carry their swords on their left side? So he's not reaching across with his right hand. He's got his left hand on the handle of his wakizashi, not his katana.
Okay.
And he kind of approaches you guys a little bit. So I guess Anatar is the first one to spot them. So what does Asher and company do?
Let's see. Sure is hard to speak. But Anatar's there. He says, like, so, oh there, mate. We're just passing through.
And the time was 7 a.m. on the 25th. 7 a.m. October 25, 11:85. Time goes -1. And then if you could please roll base size initiative for the 3 player characters. And I'm going to put, no matter what, Asher's company up in the front. You there, Shandrak?
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay. Alright. And luck of the draw puts Asher up front anyways. This Ronin Whoa. Okay. Yeah. He gets a big smile on his face, and he says, hmm. Let's see. 1 second. Okay. So he shouts out. He shouts out, "Hoy!"
Shouts what?
Hoy! Which is like a friendly greeting in
Oh, okay.
Adria. And he kind of slowly approaches. And what did Anatar say?
Just anime. We're just passing through.
Okay. He says, we too are passing through. Perhaps we could travel together.
Anatar says, "Where are you going?"
We are heading northeast to the... the lands of Daimyo Nakajano. To see if he will accept our fealty.
We're heading to the capital on the coast. Are they nearby at all?
Nakajano?
Yes.
Yes, maybe 100 miles?
Anatar nods and says, well, it's, he looks back and says, "Let me consult a moment with my companions." And he kind of looks at, in turn at Asher, Tenzi, and Shandrak and shrugs and says, he says they're heading to a land about 100 miles from where we're going, and he wants to know if they can tag along. Seems
100 miles where we are.
Oh, from where we are. Wants to tag along. Seems friendly. Asher says, well, I don't necessarily have any issues with that, except that we don't know them, and, there's always the possibility of what someone you don't know might do. What do you guys think?
Well, they do seem friendly, and Ashrael, what do you feel about these folks?
Astro says, "My son, I would have to get a bit nearer to know for sure."
Oh, it might be worth it. They said this. They said this daimyo. You should ask him, Minotaur. Is this like Is this might be that farmland that those ninja live by? Ask him if this is like a farm like estate outside the capital.
He nods and turns back. The daimyo. Does he live in a farming estate near the capital? We're on our way to the capital.
No, he's land near Rick Nakajano to northeast. Many farms, many farm there.
And Anatar will report that.
Sorry, I'm a bit confused. Is he saying the place they want to go to is close, or are they saying that the capital is close?
Rick Nakajano close, 100 miles away.
I suppose we could travel with them. Northeast is still the direction we're going. We can travel with them for a while.
And Asher says, yes, even if Asher's satisfied, the only thing that still concerns me is whoever assassinated the Empress and still wants to assassinate her, they couldn't have gotten nearer if they were fully evil. So some people who are not trustworthy might not set off that particular alarm bell. And she'll look at Jim and say, anything you can do for us here? And Jim will, let me see. If I could please roll the template on Detect Lies so that I can see the range on that. Would that be alright?
Yeah.
Thank you.
What the hell?
$90 feet. Okay. Close enough. Jim says, Anatard, tell him I'm gonna cast a spell to see if we can trust them. And Anatar says, because it'll be obvious and don't want to think he's attacking. Anatar will say, my mate over there is gonna cast a spell just to make sure you're trustworthy. And if the guy doesn't pitch a fit about it, then Jim will cast Detect Lie as a granted power.
He nods, but he puts his right hand on the hilt of his sword, and he just stands there, and he gets a serious look on his face. So Jim, Detect Lie on male Ronin. Okay, and the male Ronin, you can feel he does not resist your Detect Lie spell by rolling a saving throw. He voluntarily
Jim,
fails the save.
Sweet. And Jim says, ask him whatever you want. And that seems good for my turn.
Okay. And let's take just a quick 3-minute break. And we'll come back and we'll have Tenzi and company. So we'll be back in 3 minutes, starting now. And we're back from our 3-minute break. So next up is Tenzi and Company.
He is going to.
Go ahead.
Tenzi's going to ride up next to Shin. Maybe if I get.
So these two, these two Ronin, it looks like they're both armed with katana and wakizashi, and daikyu. And then this woman back here, interestingly enough, she seems to be armed with wakizashi, but not a katana. Or a daikyu,
Yeah.
just a wakizashi. And none of them are wearing armor.
Tenzi will go to Shandrak and say, for today while we ride, I'd like to ride alongside you and kind of share information about the Shogun. Today, my holy water font at my monastery should be complete, and I would like to visit it tonight. And if it is complete, I will use it to scry on the Shogun.
Ooh, that sounds
Ooh.
great to me. And it's good. I wanted to actually. I had some things that happened in Enervia City when you and Ash were away that I haven't been able to discuss with you yet. Yeah, I made an attempt at sending, so and the results were more unexpected than I anticipated.
Then we have much to discuss, and that'll be it for him. Ashrael is going to fly off with a horse up to next to Anatar. And he will detect evil.
Okay. He detects no evil within range.
And that'll be it for us.
All right, and then Shandrak and Company. Oh, and Jim gets 400 points
Oh, thank you.
for Detect Lie.
Oh, that wasn't a slotted spell, actually.
Oh, it was not. Okay. Oh, that's right, because he has it innate. It's a granted power. Yeah.
Yep, once a day.
Okay. Granted power actually does give you experience points, but I have to look up how much because I haven't given XP for granted powers in a long time. Role playing. Actually, that would be in the player's handbook. No, it would be in the Dungeon Master's Guide. Okay, experience bonuses. Find experience. Class. Racial. Individual class awards. Priest. 100 XP.
Okay.
100 XP. And then Shandrak and Company, sorry?
Yeah, so Chandrak will he'll turn to Tenzi and be like, just a moment, Tenzi. And my people will begin to ride up forward. And Chandrak will say to the samurai or Ronin that Jim touched. Just to confirm, friend, you said that you wanted to And you're a warrior, and you're looking to pledge fealty to this daimyo?
So as you ride up, it looks like you ride right into a hedge. And you are able to make it into the hedge. It's just that it's very hard to see outside of it. And you do have a lot of concealment inside this hedge. So it's kind of strange. It's kind of funny. It's off-putting for him, unless you want to move out. It's off-putting for him that you would ride into the hedge and then talk to him like that.
Okay, yeah, sorry. I was just trying to maintain formation and didn't really see what was on the map. So in that case, yeah, they kind of stop outside the hedge, kind of near the south, and then
So it's
Grandma
really,
fast back to the-
really hard for you to see him from there through the hedge. He's right here.
Oh, still not just the dark green part, the light green part too.
You can't even see him through the hedge right now. He's so far through the hedge.
Oh, okay. Well, then I'll have to come around. If I can lasso my people.
And these are like full-size hedges. They're like 15, 20 feet tall. They're really big.
Oh, okay. Okay. So yeah, we will have to go around them anyway. So in that case, try to make my way around. Yeah,
Now
there we
you can
go.
see him plain as day. You have a straight line of sight with him. And you were saying?
Just to confirm, friend, it sounded like you said that you're a warrior looking to pledge your fealty to this daimyo. Is that right?
This other female Ronin comes up and she answers for him and says,
That's right.
Chandrak looks at Jim.
Yeah, Jim will just have a feeling if he likes it. So if Jim doesn't get a feeling, then he nods.
We
What
wish
about you,
to
friend?
swear fealty to Daimyo Nakajano.
Right. Thank you. But I wasn't asking you, miss. I was asking your friend who came to us first.
and she gets this narrow look in her eyes, and she reaches for her katana hilt and kind of flicks it a little bit out of the scabbard, about an inch, and she says,
You would not dare dishonor me to ignore my words.
Well, if you aren't afraid of the truth, then your friend will speak it.
and she kind of cocks her head and she says,
What do you mean?
Just asking a friendly question. You said that you were warriors going to do your swear field to this daimyo, and I just wanted to ask your friend, who was talking to us first. You know, I was just asking his opinion on this.
No matter, I have already answered.
What does the male Servi look like during this exchange? What is he doing?
so what he's wearing, like a kimono,
Yeah, he,
hakama.
Reaching towards his katana like she is.
No, well, I mean, he had his right hand on his katana
Yeah, but he
when
kinda
you guys
brandished it a
cast the
little bit.
spell on him. Huh?
But she kind of brandished it a little bit. Is he like doing that?
He didn't crack his blade out like she did. his expression hasn't changed.
Mm-hmm.
And he kind of like raises an eyebrow and looks over at her and then back to you.
I just continue looking at him. You have nothing to say? I'm talking to you. And I'm just looking at him now and not looking at her.
See, go ahead and make sure Chandrak's charisma is normal right now. Which I think he has pretty high charisma anyways. But just in case it was boosted magically, go ahead and make sure it's
Yeah.
normalized. You good?
Yep, it's normal.
Okay. So he looks at you and raises an eyebrow. He doesn't crack his blade like she does, but he says,
It is true what she said. We are on our way to Lake Nakajano to swear fealty to the daimyo. To the daimyo.
Oh. Well, there we go. That wasn't so hard. Chandrak looks over to Jim.
He nods.
And Chandrak will just kind of cross his arms, and that'll be all for now.
Why do you not believe?
Just want to make sure you understand. These are strange lands we run across. I found shape-shifting rabbits that turn into men. I found demons that turn into men. I just have to be sure when we come across our traveling companions.
Very
Things are
well.
strange in these lands.
he says, very well, and nods. And he lets go of his katana. And the female Ronin, she slides her katana back into place, but she keeps her hand on it. And end of round. Time now is 7:01. First up is Asher and company.
Asher will ride up to the front of the column just to be able to hear what everybody's talking about.
It seemed like the male Ronin was purposefully staying silent.
Yeah.
And the female Ronin kind of walked up and answered for him and took slight offense at Chandrak's response that she was speaking for him. And then, the male Ronin suspiciously, he raised his eyebrow, which is kind of like, I feel suspicious
She was
right
able
now.
to- yeah, she was able to see
It's a
everything, but
little
I think she was
sus.
outside of 90 feet, so she didn't hear anything. But yeah,
Yeah.
so yeah, kind of comes in and like has a quick vibe check of where we are. Asher says,
So the female is
you're
still
on-
holding her katana, like handle, but it's not drawn.
Asher clocks that, and then like darts her eyes away, like she didn't see it. And she looks at the samurai has the spell on him and says,
tell me about your Daimyo's politics, if you will. I hadn't heard of this guy.
This guy?
This daimyo? Asher says, "I'm sorry, I'm not from around here."
This guy is a daimyo of the Empire of Adria. He is much deserving of respect. He is not merely this guy.
Understood. So sorry. So we've found a similar farm, another daimyo estate before, and their family had that for centuries. Is it similar with the daimyo you're speaking of, or were they maybe recently awarded a fiefdom or something? What's going on there?
Most daimyo I know of have had their lands in their family for generations, including Daimyo Nakajano.
Good, John. And she says, so he's had this this responsibility in this land for, his family has. Oh, it must be going back since even before the Empress was assassinated.
Yes, of course. This happened only a few years ago.
She nods and says, and in that conflict, did the daimyo side with anyone in particular or remain neutral?
Lord Nakajano is most famously royal to Empress Ushas. I am surprised you have not heard.
Asher says, that's terrific news. And she looks at Jim, who presumably has not detected a lie, and says, we did a great service for the Empress. Oh, hold on, I'm waiting. We did a great service for the Empress recently, and so we wanted to make sure that any companions we considered were of a similar mindset regarding her. That seems good for this turn.
And next up is Tenzi and Company.
I think we will just observe for now.
Okay. And Shandrak and Company.
So
And then the male Ronin, he gets a surprised look and he says,
Ah, I know who you are. You are the Order of Superior Star.
yes, that's exactly right.
I have heard of you. You are allies to Empress Ushas.
Oh yes, we've certainly helped her, and she's
and he does like a half bow, like he bows his head and bows at the waist. And he says,
Please forgive my rudeness. I am Ishani Furuse. Of the wandering Ishani family. This is my sister, Ishani Kojiwa.
Kojewo. That sounds like a really male name to me. But oh well, it's okay. So he introduces himself as Ishani Furuse. And these are based on real names, but not actual real names. So they're a little wonky, but they sound like... Okay, so Ishani Kojewa. And Ishani looks back and points at the other female, the other woman, and she says,
This is our friend Hayashuso. Hayashuso no Hayashuso no Hayashuso no
the Kidate are from around Hang Mai, right? Didn't I say they were from around Hang Mai?
Think so?
Yeah. So Hayashuso no Hang Mai. And she bows, and you can see the mark of Kidate on the back of her neck. She bows really low.
Chandrak says, well, good to meet you all. My name is Chandrak. And Chandrak goes and addresses the woman Ronin. Excuse me for my overcautiousness. And Sandrak says, well, we were heading east, so if you are heading northeast, then unless my compatriots have any objections, I think you can feel free to join us.
She says,
I. Yes, of course. Let us just strike camp. And we'll be on our way.
and they hurriedly get back to their tents.
The Shandrak begins kind of looks like there's kind of a pass to the south, so Shandrak will head back that way and begin riding back next to Tenzi.
You can see the light-colored grass, right?
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Okay, yeah.
You
But,
can head straight
I'm gonna-
straight through.
Okay, yeah.
The only
But,
obstacle is this cliff right here. And then, so you can see this cliff up here. And there's a way around it over here. And then there's also a lapsed part of the cliff right here that you could climb. I mean, not even climb up, you just walk up it. So, and then the bushes are just cover or not cover, but concealment. They don't block you from anything, so you can just head straight east.
So Shandrak he's just gonna come back to where Tenzi was riding. It's like, so now what were you saying about this Shogun? And that's all from me.
To who?
To Tenzi.
Tenzi was talking about the Shogun?
Yeah, he said you wanted to ride with me and talk about some things like.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
So I'm just getting back to what Tenzi said.
That's right. He wanted to scry on the Shogun.
Such a good spell.
Okay. Copy. Right. So now we are back out to Adria Central. October 25th. Bond. 25. All right, so you guys are traveling along through the scrub with your newfound friends. And you come to a part of the scrub with bushes and ivy. So these bushes are much smaller than the ones on the previous map. But it's mixed with ivy. Oh, yeah. And give you XP for that. Encounter. Okay, so 3 NPCs. Oh, whoops. Three NPCs. And they... Let's see, notes. Rules. They will be worth 3,000 each. Three player characters. 10 NPCs. 0 creatures defeated. So hit dice are irrelevant. And warriors and bards are irrelevant. Alright, so it's around 6 p.m. And it's getting towards the end of the day, but not quite. Let's see, daylight mode on, brightness all the way up, save settings. And now you're most definitely more than 20 entities. Enemies modifier surprise. The party's gonna be +0. Party's modifier gonna be +2. Alright, there's no surprise. Scrubber brush. Alright, so behind you. Just behind you. I mean, like, super. This encounter must be because you missed somebody as you passed by. And you notice each other after the creature is no longer in your midst. You guys just kind of glance back and see an Adrian child. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Right about. Hey, what the hell? whole screen went white, or my whole map. And the child is dressed in like raggedy clothing. His hair is a little too long. He's kind of dirty and scruffy, I guess. His hair is a little unkempt. No top knot, no queue. Doesn't look like he belongs to any Adrian caste. He just has long hair, which gives him like the kind of the overall appearance of a girl, but you can tell from just a little bit of muscle tone that he's a boy. And as you guys look back and see him, it looks like he's standing up from a lying down position. Like he was laying on his back. He was supine. And he kind of sits up and then stands up.
Where are your parents, little boy?
He says,
My parents?
Yes, out here in the wilderness.
I have no parents.
What are you doing out here?
I think I live here.
Have you always lived outside?
Yes, as far as I can remember.
Shadrack's looking over at Ashrael again.
Astral just turns his head on the horse and looks at the childlike creature and detects evil.
okay, so time now is 6 p.m. October 25. 11 AE 5. This one. Add. And go ahead and roll base size initiative if you could. Please.
Sorry,
Oh, no, it actually is a female. You what?
I accidentally rolled initiative for daytime instead of Tinsy.
Oh, yeah. And the child is actually a girl. Okay, so that was Shandrak. All right, and then just waiting on Asher and company to roll.
Oh, my bad. Oh, didn't find Asher. Oh, there she is. Okay, my bad.
All right, Asher and company.
Yeah, so hearing Enzi and Shandrak and Ashriel, she'll kind of wheel her horse around to look in the direction of the girl. And say, I've met children who looked a bit like you and lived outside. They were all nature spirits. Are you a nature spirit? Coming through. Okay.
Yeah. She gets a scowl on her face, and
Sorry,
She-
didn't mean to offend.
she says,
You know too much.
They didn't seem upset. They told me themselves.
They were pretty young.
I am
We put
the,
them on a flying.
the spirit of the ivy.
Oh, it's beautiful, Ivy. You've done a wonderful job.
Be
And
careful.
Asher says,
If you get too close to me, it will trap you.
"Oh, well, I'll definitely keep my distance. I wouldn't want to threaten you or want you to feel threatened or anything like that. We're just passing through. But it was a true blessing to be able to see your beautiful Ivy." And that's good for me.
Tenzi and Company.
So no evil detected then?
That's his action right now, so, nope. Oh, wait, yeah. Actually, yeah. Sorry. Yeah. There is a slight evil coming from the child.
Isn't enough where Asriel has to end it?
Yep. He cannot suffer an evil to live.
So you see Asriel turn his head, kind of focus over on the child, and begin to fly up off of the horse.
And initiative
Oh
phase.
boy. Here we go.
See, what was the... Let's see, October 25th. Yep, so there's a light breeze with precipitation. So it's raining, but the breeze is light, so you're able to fly. Combat Andrea and just not a storm, but well, I guess that's the only. Weather. So it's not a storm, it's just rain.
Your voice changer's still on.
Thank you.
Asher and Anatar look at each other, like meaningfully. And they appear to discuss something. Sorry, Karen, Gore, and Anatar too. All right. Does anyone need multiples?
Mushroom.
No.
Okay, there's Ashriel.
Mad moment, please.
Moen. All around you can see beautiful greenery. There's ivy vines growing across the ground. The grass is lush and green, and you can see flower bushes as well. Large Ah, that's the rain. Okay, so rain to back. And flower bushes, shift Z, I guess. Like that. Large kind of Scotch broomy looking bushes like this. And long ivy. And then small bushes that look like they would yield berries in the right time of year. And other than that, just small patches of clover. And that's about it. Is anyone still rolling? All right, here we go. So time now is about 6:01 p.m. October the 25th, 11:85, and first up is Asher, who is, I'm guessing,
Asher is-
using her invisibility ring.
Yes.
Okay.
She is just going to, because he warned about because she warned about things getting close and the ivy getting him. So instead of the horse, she's just going to slide off the horse's back and try to hide in shadows behind the horse.
Okay. Hide in shadows, in addition to invisibility, I guess.
Yes. Yeah.
Brian Druid.
Brian Druid also heard about the mines, and so he was in flight when we got here. So what he's gonna do, he can only make a 90-degree turn. He's going to. That doesn't do what I wanted to. He'll stay where he is for now and see where his allies end up. So he'll wait. Oh, there's also
Okay.
kinda, like in the middle of those.
Shandrak.
Shandrak is also just waiting for now.
Tenzi.
Cast Vengeful Strike on Brian Druid.
Oh. I need to make his blue circle a certain number.
No.
Okay.
How many rounds does that Vengeful Strike last?
160.
Okay, and then that was Brian Druid, yeah? On Brian Druid?
Yes. Yep.
So and then how many motes does he get?
16.
16. Alright, so his red circle is now his Vengeful Strike motes. And what level is that spell? 5th?
Fourth.
4th. So Tenzi gets 400 points. Next up is Varen.
is going to turn and cast Flame Strike on on the thing.
Sweet.
Okay. So first off is she gets magic resistance.
Ooh.
Oh, I exaggerated her age. She is actually just like a young woman, not a child.
Okay, well I feel less shitty about this.
Uh, so kind of wild looking young woman. This is what she looks like. And magic resistance. Flame strike. No modifier. And then because it's raining, I'm gonna give her +1 to her save, because it's magic fire. So it's not a storm, but it is raining. I feel like I should probably update the token because I didn't really have this token set up before. So nature spirits are kinda, let's see. Yeah, they're basically like I guess a fighter mage. So save versus spell with a +1, and she counts as warrior 7 and wizard 7, wiz 7. There we go. Okay, so she takes half damage. And go ahead and roll damage for your flame strike.
It went with the template. It was 34 total, so 17 halved.
Okay. You said 34 total?
Yeah.
So that would be 17. And she screams in pain. As holy fire immolates her surroundings and herself. Spell AoEs. Priest. 5 flame strike. So you can go ahead and move that over her.
It looks like it is over her.
Okay.
I guess, yeah, I guess I will, if I can, put it where it's also going to kind of catch the ivy in front of her. That way, if anyone tries to get in melee, maybe that ivy will start to burn up, because she will.
Yeah, you
she
should be
warned
able to
that
move it.
would. Yeah. There.
Okay, the IV is going to make an item saving throw.
Okay.
As I guess rope. Yeah, sure. Name of the item in question is Ivy. Magic Fire. I'm gonna give it a +1 because of the rain. And it succeeds. Target number was 9 or higher, and it rolled a 16. Varen does get... No, he doesn't. Doesn't get XP for spells. And the young woman disappears. Varen gets a save versus spell, but not magic resistance.
Okay. Is a wisdom adjustment or no?
Yes. And so does Asher.
I don't know what the spell is, but her charm resistance is not going to factor in, is it?
Charm resistance is not, but wisdom defense adjustment does. So Varen... Varen and Asher see an outline of an an invisible creature in the rain. So the rain's kind of like striking it on the shoulders, and the water is bouncing off. They notice the detail. And Ashriel does not. So go ahead and give Ashriel like a, I guess, the eyeball thing, because he didn't see. Ranger gets a save versus spell, adjusted for wisdom. Does Ashriel detect invisible creatures?
Automatically?
Yeah. So go ahead and give Brian Druid the eyeball marker. It's like the evil eye or whatever. Karen Glor does not get a save, so go ahead and give him the eyeball marker. Jim does not get a save, so give him the eyeball marker. Bombosa does not get a save, so give him the eyeball marker.
So looking at what the eyeball marker.
Chandra gets a save versus spell adjusted for wisdom. What? Anatar does not? That's weird.
And you, yeah. What's that evil eye look like? Let's see that.
Looks like a blue circle with like an eye inside.
Okay. Oh, okay.
So it's almost the bottom row. I put one on Anatar just in case someone can't find it.
Thank you.
Go ahead and give Chandrak the evil eye.
Is this a regular indivisibility? Because Chandrak is immune to level 1 and 2.
Okay,
Illusion
yeah.
spells.
He can basically see her plain as day standing there. Let's see.
Still on the same spot.
Airdrin gets a save. And again, anyone who fails, just give him the evil eye. Tinsy gets a save. Ryer gets a save. Zalman does not get a save, so he automatically gets the evil eye. Same thing with Moen. And then, let's see, these samurai don't get it. And neither does the Kita Tachik. So anyone who does not have the evil eye can basically see where she is and like cast spells centered on her and all that stuff. Anyone who has the evil eye just can't really detect where she's at. Next up is Bombosa.
He is going to head this direction and kind of get between these horses. I'm gonna turn him around. He'll get between these horses and try to hide in shadows there.
All right.
Move him a second so I can grab the stem.
And Ashriel.
Well, could Astral fly to where he saw her and attack like at a penalty because it's invisible, or he just can't attack it?
So he can fly over there, but cannot attack it. The people who do not have the evil eye can with a -4 penalty.
He's going. Then if he can't like see and attack it, then he's going to change his action and he'll wait till the end of the round.
Okay. AoE spells will still work, however. Like you can, nuke near where she's at. It's just you can't center a spell on her. So any spell that's like target where you have to cast it on a creature, you can't hit her. But AoE spells will. So like fireball, that's an AoE. You don't have to center it on a person. Ryer.
Ryer will attempt to move out of these vines and then towards the spirit.
And as far as I know, the only person who actually sees her plain as day is Shandrak. Like, the spell
Yeah.
doesn't even work on him.
And Ryder sees the outline,
Yeah. Yep.
and that is his full move.
Okay, Mad Moen.
Mullen also sees the outline.
No, he doesn't. No, he does not. He doesn't even get a saving throw.
Oh, I thought you. Oh,
Nope.
Okay. I thought you said you did, but in that case, well, we'll just. Yeah, we'll just ride out of these vines and kind of guard near the horses.
All right. Airdrin.
Airdrin succeeded and sees her outline, so he will just try to take a regular shot at her.
Yep. At a -4 to hit because she's invisible. And I'll put her on the token layer so you can actually target her.
It'll be medium range too. You see it?
Okay. She's shieldless. 7 versus AC 9. Hits and you cause 11 damage. And you hear a scream in the rain as she's stricken by your bullet. Zalamond.
Zalman on Ruckus, he kind of wheels Ruckus around and was going to start heading towards the creature. Now he can't see it, and he goes, "Hey, Ruckus, can you see that? I thought there was a creature over there."
And Ruckus kind of meaning that no, he can't.
He just kind of rub his head. I can't either, and that'll be it for us.
Okay, Anatar.
Anatar is going to turn, and he can't see her, but did hear Shandrak say that she was still where she last was. So he will cast a hold monster, which is a 40 by 40 by 40 foot cube, in the same rough area where he sees the scorched outline of that flame strike.
Yeah. And then if there's only one monster, does that give her a penalty?
-3.
Okay. Since she's invisible, I'm going to give her a +4. And then she also gets magic resistance Hold monster.
Yeah.
Okay, her magic resistance fails. And hold monster works on any type of creature. So she gets a save versus spell at -3 +4. Warrior 7. Wizard 7. She succeeds. Target number was 9 or higher. She scored a 17. Karen Glor.
He was prepping a spell that needed sight on the creature, so he will just, I guess, have that fizzle.
It's not a AoE spell.
No.
Okay. Ashriel.
I'm giving up my second attack to act at the end of the round.
Alright. Mad Moen.
He is guarding from the horses.
Alright. End of round, so anyone who is waiting, you can change your action or do whatever you wish.
Okay, Brian Druid is going to take his 90-degree turn. And land here. That's all he'll do.
Okay.
Ashriel is going to cast Dispel Magic in the area where the Flame Strike was cast.
Outstanding. Go ahead and roll that template for me if you please. Chance to neutralize or negate the magic it comes in contact with. Has a chance to remove spells and spell-like effects, including device effects and innate abilities from creatures or objects. Second, it may disrupt the casting or use of these in the spell area of effect at the instant the spell is cast. Third, it may destroy magical potions, which are treated as 12th level for purpose of the spell. Okay, DM's button. Name of creature, object, or effect, so invisibility. And it's going to be level 7 invisibility. Oh, wait. What? Cancel. So, DM button. Name of creature, object, effect. Invis. Level of magic to be dispelled, 7. Level at which spell is cast, 8, right? He's level 8.
Yep.
Alright, you succeed in dispelling her invisibility and she becomes visible.
And then I have movement, so I'm going to fly right over to her.
Alright.
Chandrak was waiting till the end of the round, so he'll just pop. Now that he sees her, well, he actually saw it before, but you can roll for this. He will now pop up some magic missiles.
Okay. Let's see. The first one. The first one hits her. The second one hits her. Oh. Lowers her magic resistance by 18%. Okay. So the first one fails. I'm just gonna roll 4d100. because it's such a low percentage now. And they all hit her. So 1, 2. So 3, what? Looks like you've only rolled 4.
1, 2.
Okay, so 4, 6, 8. She dies after the 3rd missile hits her. And
Alright.
go and describe how you do so.
Alright, so just as she blinks into visibility for everyone else, 3 missiles fly and like basically like make like a small crater in her chest.
Yeah. First up is Asher and Company.
Asher looks over and says, or she drops her stealth and says, "Nice job. That's a shame. We'd only met, so far met helpful nature spirits so far, or ones that didn't care one way or the other what we were up to."
Yeah, it's a bit disconcerting that there are some evil nature spirits.
She nods at Chandrak and says, "But it was dealt with," and she'll climb back on her horse.
Okay. So she was a lesser nature spirit. And up until now, you guys have only run into least, which are like children. These ones are like adults. And so there's one lesser nature spirit of the Ivy. They're worth 1,400 points. And there are 3 player characters, 10 NPCs. There was 1 creature defeated with 7 hit dice. And there are 7 warriors and bards in the party. Okay. Anything else for Asher and Company?
No, that's good. She gets back on the horse, and if nobody else wants to do anything, she'll wheel it around and tell the people like, "All right, I guess we march on." Because she pounded her horse and she doesn't have horsemanship, she won't actually move.
Okay, next up is Chandrak and Company.
Okay. Yeah. My people will start to head out as well, and Chandrak will.
Chandrak notices
Oh.
a raised area underneath one of the ivy leaves over here.
Oh. Just as Chandrak's about to wheel his horse around, he will head towards that little glint. And once he's over by the ivy, he'll look down in there and see what we got.
There is a raised spot in the grass. Like
Okay.
it's visibly.
Well, he'll do a horseman's check to get on the ground.
All right.
Oops.
Maybe next round. Anything else for Shandrak and company?
Yeah, he'll say, there's something over here. As it kind of like what stuck in his horse for a sec.
Yeah. Let's see. Tenzi and company.
Astro will land next to the body of the spirit and check it to see if there's anything on it of value or interest.
Okay. All right, so looks like she's wearing tattered clothing, and it's like it's a kimono, but it's like shredded to pieces, and you kind of like pull her robe open. She's bare-breasted underneath, and she has a twine necklace, and tied onto the twine necklace is a small brass key.
I'll turn over to Shandrak and say, "My son, is there a chest or something over there?"
Oh yeah, no, that's exactly what it seems like. Seems like there's a chest just barely buried over here.
I will bring you the key. And so he'll remove the key and move over towards Shandrak.
How do you remove it?
So the twine is around her neck.
Yes.
So I'll just try to touch the twine and pull it up.
Okay. How hard do you pull? It's like her body weight is keeping it down.
Okay. I will I'll put my sword away, use one hand to lift up her head, and then the other hand to pull the twine off.
Okay. So the whole necklace comes off around her head. It's like barely large enough to get around her ears and hair, because she has it's kind of big hair, I guess, a lot of body, because it's so filthy and nasty. It looks like she has been laying on the ground for a while, so she has really bad bedhead and all that. But it's also matted down by the water too, so you're able to kind of get it off. And there's a small brass key tied onto it. Anything else for Tenzi and company?
No, I'm just going to have Asher move over next to Shandrak with the key, and that'll...
All right. Wow, where's Asher on here? Oh, you're first. Okay. So end of round. And then next up is Asher and company.
So seeing what they're up to, Asher will bring her horse over to where Shandrak is, which is looking.
I just start here.
Ah, thank you. She'll bring her horse over to where Shandrak is.
And say, good find.
I know, it just twinkled in my eye.
So Brian Druid notices a raised spot in the ground underneath this ivy leaf over here.
A different one?
Same one.
Oh, okay.
And he kind of comes over and, starts snooping around, sniffing. And
Yeah,
he
go
goes,
ahead, dig it up, Brian.
He dug all kinds of holes in Chandrak's yard. He's really good at this.
Smells like there's blood and brass buried here. Brass and blood.
I'm sorry, that I heard blood, but that one voice is hard to make.
Blood, no blood. Brass and blood. No blood. No blood at all. None. Just wood and brass.
and anything else for Asher and company?
I'm sorry, I really don't mean to be difficult. I can't hear anything in that voice.
Oh, he said no blood at all, just wood and brass.
Oh, okay, cool. No, that's good.
Anything else for Asher and company?
No, they'll just wait for Astro to come with the key and see what's in the chest.
Okay, Shandrak and company.
Alright, Shandrak will try again to slide off his horse. No luck.
No, you already did that last round.
Oh, okay. Oh, okay, right. I could, yeah. Even if I fail that, I could, yeah. Okay. Yep. So.
And your horse just
Not
kind of fucks
good.
off over here.
And Shandrak will take the key Astro was holding out.
Uh-huh.
And then he's going to, I guess just with his hands, just try to kind of dig away at this mount and try to expose, hopefully, a chest.
Okay, so you kind of dig away at the, grass and sod covering this lump in the ground. And you see, like, the top of a chest. A small chest.
Nice. I'll try to, if I expose it enough, I'll pull it out of the ground and pop the key in.
Okay. Next up is Tenzi and company. So you see Shandrak kind of exhume like the top of a small chest in the ground.
Tenzi and Zalman will just be kind of watching around, and Astro will just watch the chest. He's a little concerned that it might be trapped, but he will just wonder.
Okay. End of round, and it's Asher and company. So you can see Shandrak is holding a key that Ashriel brought him. Oh, thank you. And he like exhumes the top of a small chest hidden in the earth underneath this leaf of ivy.
Asher will slide off her horse. Kind of pat its butt so it heads on back. And she'll just kind of watch intently and say, "No, it's almost no fun when we find the key." Yeah, she'll wait for Shandrak.
Okay. And Shandrak and company.
Shandrak will continue digging until the keyholes exposed.
Yeah,
And
you
they'll
get
say, mhm.
after
And
about a
they'll say,
minute.
yeah, but we haven't been able to actually have any buried treasure. This is exciting.
Yeah, actual buried treasure. Yeah, the so you spend another round digging out around the small chest, and you find the line where the lid meets the chest, and the hinges on the back and everything. And there is a latch on the front, and it has a padlock.
All right. And pop that key in. See what we got.
All right, the key fits the lock, and you're able to open it.
Yeah, I'll flip that chest open.
All right. Inside you find a bunch of platinum coins, 10 stones, and you find some blown glassware, statues, I guess, glass,
Figurines?
models, not models, sculpture, glass sculpture, blown glass sculpture, four pieces of it, that weigh 1 pound each, and they each depict halfling maidens cooking.
Nice. Chandrak will excitedly wave Ryre over, and Ryre will try to appraise the stones.
All right, there are 10 identical stones. Each of them being like a blue hue. And you determine that all 10 are smoky quartz.
Oh.
Worth 50 GP each. Smoky quartz.
That's a good start. And Chandrak will begin. He'll wave the rest of his people over. And Moen. Well, actually, I guess they gotta. Yeah, they'll come over and get off their horses so they can help begin counting.
Weird. Gem variations. Oh well. Alright, so you start counting the platinum coins
Yeah.
with one person.
Yeah, looks like it'll be just Chandrak this round.
Alright, so you count 100 platinum. Let's see, next up. Well, this is way more than 158 rounds since you cast Vengeful Strike.
No, that's the one I just did.
Oh, that's the one you just did?
I was
Okay.
just in this fight.
Tenzi and Company.
Ashra will help count the platinum, and then Tenzi and Zalman are just going to guard.
200 platinum so far and counting. And end of round, Asher and Company.
Asher will direct her people to start counting. Bombosa will lose stealth. And she will have. Actually, Karen Gord's still on the horse, so kind of head up this way and his horse. So she'll have 1, 2, 3, 4 people counting platinum, and she will try to appraise the blown glass.
Okay. So you guys count a total of 400 platinum, and that's it. But this blown glassware, all 4 pieces, weigh 1 pound, and they depict halfling maidens. Each of them is worth 5,000 GP.
Yeah.
Jackpot.
Oh, actually, I guess
Good, fine.
I guess glassware would be probably like sake bowls. Yeah, made of glass. And they're 1 pound each.
Nice.
If no one objects, Anatar will buy one of the smoky quartz to make that divisible by 3 PCs.
Sounds good.
And Chandrak and Company. And don't forget the experience value of the coins for thieves is 2 experience per coin value that you get. And then once you guys fence, or coins and stones, sorry, because we use stones as currency as well. The art objects, once you guys fence the art objects, you'll get the money for it, obviously, and then you can convert that to experience. But yeah, thieves, 2 experience per GP value, and then bards, 1 experience per GP value. So Ryer.
Alright. Chandrak will divvy up his stuff to his people, and then his people will get back on their mounts. Chandrak will try to deftly slide onto his mount.
Okay.
This time it works.
And I'm just gonna check the chat log. Newer.
And Chandrak, he rides up, just jiggling his share of the loot in his hand, and he rides up to Tenzi. Says, so what was that you were saying you wanted to talk about, Tenzi?
I want to know everything that you know about the Shogun to try to have enough information to successfully scry him.
Oh, you wanted me Shogun, right? Well, yes. I have a very good description that Ushas gave me. In fact, it was good enough that I was able to successfully send a message to him. So the description I received was that the Shogun Fujitawa wears a unique suit of Aurori armor with a gold moon across his forehead. He's an elderly man in his early 40s with gray hair, 5 feet 8 inches tall, and 188 pounds. He carries a potion on his belt, as well as a set of nunchaku, with a katana and wakizashi as well. And he always has a daikyu nearby that are black tipped and blessed by the god Raiden. And these arrows are capable of, they are manslaying arrows.
That is very detailed. That should work wonderfully. Thank you.
And I've been wanting to tell you also, when I sent that message to Shogun Fujitawa, I didn't exactly get a response from the Shogun. I think we're already too late, and the Shogun has been possessed because when I attempted to send it to the Shogun, the message I received back was, well, I asked him originally. I warned him of the monster that was heading towards him, and I told him to destroy his Demonomicon. And in response to that message, he said he called me a fool, and that he works with someone called Orcus, and that he is Fizok. And I don't know who Orcus is, but Ryer recognized that Fizok is the name of some Balor. You ever heard of this Orcus feller?
We had thought that perhaps his avatar was what was going to be called from the Demonomicon.
Oh. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, it sounds like there's already a Balor that's possessed the Shogun.
That would be good to know as well.
I wonder if that was the same. I wonder if this Fizok was the same Balor we fought from the Daimyo.
I thought we killed that one.
Yeah, I think you killed that one.
We did.
Oh.
Mm.
Oh, you're
I don't
right.
know. But devils are tricky, you know.
Fair.
Do you, have you heard of that name, Orcus? Like, yeah, Tenebris is trying to, I guess, gain this power, but what is its power?
Know if Tenzi would know anything more than that. I don't think we've learned anything in the game about him.
I think early in the adventure we learned a bit about Orcus, and to our knowledge, Orcus was a. Sorry, go ahead.
Anyone with a religion check would know who Orcus is. Anyone who can pass a religion check.
That was actually Zalmond making a religion check.
Ooh.
Okay. So, Zaalmond and Jim know Orcus to be a slain demon lord of the undead. He was slain, you know, many years ago in another dimension. And like, long story short, he's been trying to bring himself back to life. So he was slain in his home plane, but in dying, he became an undead version of himself, and now looks very different than what he used to. So, he used to look like, I think he looked like kind of like a pit fiend. And then like, he almost like he began his existence as a pit fiend, and then he became a demon, and then was elevated to status of demon lord, and he got all fat, and he started wearing this weird skull as like a helmet, just to show that he was into death and stuff like that, undead. And he has a wand called the Wand of Orcus, which gives him extra power. And in order to bring himself back to life, he has to find the Wand of Orcus. But for now, he wanders the multiverse in search of his wand in the form of Tenebris, which is a shadow creature, just a mere shadow of his former self. And he looks like a creature called an Ultraloth, which looks like... Uh-oh. That's not good. My Tenebris token is broken. Yeah, that's not good. Let's see. That's not good at all. I think I'm gonna have to refresh, because even in my library, they're broken. Weird. Roll 20 is... This must be a graphics card issue. Are you still there?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. I don't... Maybe I picked up a virus just now. My graphics card isn't... not really working. Okay. No. As soon as I try to get into the editor, I'm...
You want to maybe take a 3-minute break and restart your computer?
Probably so.
You mentioned about leaving early. Would this be a good time for that?
This would probably be a good time. Yeah.
Dick got a nice little lore dump.
It was meant to be.
for the end.
Yeah. That's
So what
really
happens when you start
weird.
dabbling in demon?
Never care, please try again.
Orcus is trying to prevent us from stopping his resurrection.
Exactly.
I mean, he chose a pretty effective method.
Now I can't even get to my Twitch dashboard. That's weird. Okay, yeah, I guess we'll just end the session abruptly right there.